This video is brought to you by Soundstripe. So before this video starts, I want to quickly introduce you to Soundstripe, which is a subscription-based, royalty-free music library. We all know the struggle when you're uploading your video onto YouTube and you get a copyright claim, you get all kind of troubles. Soundstripe is the solution for unlimited licenses to thousands of quality songs. With over 60,000 sound effects in their sound design library, there's new music added every single week, and once you get your license, it doesn't matter if you ever cancel it in the future, it will be continuously yours to use without any complicated contracts. They even have a Twitch extension that allows you to gain access to exclusive playlists curated for Twitch streams. Get 15% off using code ALEX through the link down in the description. Let's continue with the video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Vegas 19 tutorial. In this video, guys, I'm going to show you guys a really cool transition, which is called the stinger transition. Now, of course, this one is primarily used in streaming to switch between overlays, but it's really nice that you can basically implement this anywhere you like in your editing, no matter if it's, for example, just as a transition into gameplay or in a vlog or a documentary. We're not going to work out of a template. We're going to make this completely from scratch. So this is the transition that we're talking about. Looks very smooth as well. We can customize all the colors as much as we want to, the directions, everything like that will be included. So with that all the way, if you guys are excited for this video, make sure to hit the like button down below. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new here for the very first time watching. And if you would like to see more of these Vegas Pro 19 tutorials every single week on the channel. So with that all the way, guys, let's go ahead and start making this really cool custom stinger transition in Vegas Pro 19 right after the intro. Alright, guys, so now that we are in Vegas Pro 19, it's going to be pretty simple, and it's going to be awesome if you want to use this one into OBS. Let's say that you want to switch from scenes into your streaming. So that's just an example of what you can do with this one, but of course all the other formats of video and streaming are also possible. So let's get started. So right now what we need to do is we need some solid colors to basically make this animation happen. So we're going to go to the media generators tab, and we're going to drag in just the white one right here. Of course, we can always change the color to whichever color that we want to. So this is going to be the base of the transition. So I would actually prefer to keep this one white, but of course you can make, for example, a red one and then a yellow highlight, for example, next to it. And I'm going to keep this one white, and I'm going to use blue as the highlight on the edges. So before we're going to animate, we're going to go and make this transition about 2 seconds long. So that's actually the ideal length in my opinion. All right, so I think 125 is the perfect length for that. So now that we have the ideal length, let's go to the event pan crop icon right here. Let's go and start animating. So first we're going to zoom out, and we're going to make sure that our marker is at the very beginning. Then we're going to go and tilt this one and decide which direction do we want to have these lines. Do we want to have it like this? Do we want to have it like this? I think it would look very nice like that. So then what we need to do is we need to go and zoom in. I think this one looks very nice in this style. So now that we have done that, we are going to zoom in just like that, and we're going to make sure that it is just inside of this field with those corners. Now we're going to make it a little bit bigger so that it's nice and snug against the edges. So the next thing we want to pay attention to is this icon that is set to move in X only. So the next thing we need to do is decide where do we want to have it come from. Do we want to have transition like this, or do you want to have it appear like this? I think this one is the most natural one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place this just outside of the white field right here, and then we're going to go and drag our marker, let's say right here. Then we're going to click on here to create a keyframe, and then we're going to drag this one all across the screen just like this, also outside of the field. So this is what it looks like. Of course, that's a little bit fast, so I'm going to just go and drag this one all the way to the very end. We're going to right click on this keyframe, and we're going to set this to smooth, which is going to make it a lot better. So as you can see, that looks very cool. Now, of course, you can always make it a little bit faster if you want to. So now that we have done that, we need to basically add in these colored edges. So how you do that is, now that we are finished with the white one, we're going to close it out. Then we're going to hold left control on our keyboard, and we're going to drag this one downwards to go and duplicate it. So now that we have done that, we have two of these solid colors. Now the bottom one is going to be the colored one. So I'm going to click on generated media. Let's set this one to a blue. Alright, so now that we have chosen the color blue, we basically have to also animate this one a little bit earlier than the first one so that it will appear as an edge or a border. So we're going to go to the event pan crop icon, and then what we're going to do is we're going to click on this icon, the sync cursor, so that the cursor will follow. And now we need to go and do some keyframing. So we're going to go click on right here for the first one, and we need to make sure that the blue, as you notice right here on the top right, is going to be touching the white border just like that. So now that we have done that, you can position it right here, and then we're going to zoom in on our timeline from the keyframe. We're going to go one frame further, and we're going to see that it automatically follows. It looks very, very awesome. So right here at the end, there is no blue edge. So that's what we need to also mask. So right now that we have done this, we can go and place our keyframe or marker just like that. Then we're going to go one frame further, make sure that the edge is always the same thickness. Now that we've done that, as you notice, it looks like that. It looks very cool, but we're going to make sure that it stays in the same thickness. So I'm going to go and do it keyframe by keyframe just to make sure that it is looking perfectly. Alright guys, so now that we have done that, everything is completely keyframed next to the white one. Let's go and play it back. So as you notice, that looks really, really cool. Now, if it's a little bit too fast, of course, you can just go and export this out and make it a little bit shorter. Now, how do you export this into a transparent state? So we're not going to use like regular MP4 because otherwise we will just have a black background. So now that we have done that, we're going to go to the very end of the transition, just like that, like here. Then we're going to select the region to export that out. We're going to go to File, we're going to hit Render As, and we're going to pick QuickTime 7. Then we're going to pick the 3 Mbps video. We're going to hit Customize Template. We're going to go to the frame size. This is very important. We're going to set that to custom frame size. The width is going to be 1920 by 1080. The frame rate is going to be the highest possible because we want to have this as smooth as possible, 60 frames per second. We have then all the other settings. We want to leave it, but right here, the video format, you want to change that to animation. So once we have completed that, we can go to project right here at the bottom, and the video rendering quality is going to be the best one. Then you can give this a name, for example, transparent video. Then you can click on this diskette icon to go and save it just like that. And then you want to click on render. All right, guys. So now that we are in a new project, of course, this is the transition that we have just rendered out, but the background is actually black. Now, how do we make this one transparent? Usually, if it looks black, you would apply like a chroma key over it, but that's not the case. We're gonna right click, we're gonna hit properties, then we're gonna go to the media tab, and you want to change the alpha channel from none to straight unmatted, and then we're gonna hit OK. And as you can see, guys, it is completely transparent. So let's go and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so that looks really, really cool. This is how you create a really awesome custom stinger transition in Vegas Pro 19. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and this is how to do it. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. This is how you create this really, really cool stinger transition in Vegas Pro 19. And like I've mentioned, make sure to check out Soundstripe. Use your 15% off at the checkout using code Alex. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot to Soundstripe for sponsoring this video. And I'll see you guys, obviously, in the next video.